Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Combat Sports Media YouTube channel. And today we're going to talk about the possible. Sorry, one second. The possible Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence matchup. According to Danny Garcia, this fight is going to take place once boxing starts to resume. It will be his next fight will be either against Errol Spence or Manny Pacquiao. That's what has come out of Danny Garcia's mouth. So according to him, it will either be Pacquiao or Errol Spence. And for one reason or another, most people believe it's going to be Errol Spence. I could see how that would make sense. I mean, both fights make sense actually. But let's talk about the possibility of Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence right now. Now, with Errol Spence, to be honest with you, I think there's a lot of questions surrounding him right now because of the car accident. And to be honest, I think, unlike some people, I think this is a great and appropriate matchup for this moment in time. This is not a tune-up fight for Errol Spence by any means, because at the end of the day, he just went to war. His last fight, he went to war with Sean Porter. Last time I checked, Sean Porter went life and death with Danny Garcia. So it's not; these guys are all on relatively the same level, based off of their performances with one another or against, similar opponents. So I look at this as another tough fight for Errol Spence, even if it wasn't for the car crash, because Danny Garcia is clearly on the same level as Sean Porter, right? He clearly is, even though, he technically lost to him. That was a very competitive fight, and according to a lot of people, it could have gone either way, even though I personally think, the judges had it right. But it was still the point is Sean went life and death with Danny, and it was a very competitive fight. So who's to say that it's not going to be? I look at it as the same. It's not. Who's to say it's not going to be a competitive fight with him and Errol Spence? And then when you factor in the car crash and all the questions surrounding Errol at this moment, it turns into a great fight, right? Let me know if you agree or disagree. Comment below, please. I think Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia right now is a great fight, and I heard that. I personally don't think Errol Spence will be the same ever again, but that's the great thing about this fight. After this fight, we'll know for sure exactly where he's at. Whether, if he was to take on a lesser opponent, let's say a Sammy Vasquez, for example, right? And he cleans them out in 4 or 5 rounds, we're still going to have pretty much the same questions we all had before the fight with Sammy Vasquez, right? So the fact that he's going into a real fight off the jump from his car crash, I appreciate that, number one. And number two, it's definitely going to let us know after the fight. We are definitely going to know exactly where Errol Spence is. So we don't have to waste a year or two thinking about that. You know what I mean? So that's what I like about that fight. And then with the possibility of Danny fighting Pacquiao, well, I'm going to talk about that in a little later in another video. So those are my thoughts on the possibility of the Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia matchup. I think it's an extremely appropriate fight. I think that's the fight that actually should happen, and for the reasons I stated. And yeah, that's that. Catch you guys later.